Well, after they came to power in South Africa way back in 1994, the African National Congress made an ambitious promise. They would transfer 30% of land from white to black ownership within 20 years. But since then, only 3% has changed hands. In a country where property rights are sacrosanct, each case stirs passionate debate. Alex Van Wel reports from Gongolo in KwaZulu Natal province.
Africa. Sing now, Africa, sing loud, sing to the people.
A prime slice of Africa, 40,000 hectares, owned by 16 white farmers. It's mostly unused, and they want to turn it into a wildlife reserve, stocking the landscape with the big five: lion, elephant, rhino, wildebeest and leopard.
There's a silver thing on the side of the hill there, a little baby Table Mountain.
Okay.
In the middle there. That's the centre point of Gongolo.
The development, worth £50 million, will include a golf course, health centre and trout hatchery, and hundreds of jobs for locals are being promised.
There are not that many local people who actually oppose us. Those who do are very vocal, they're very radical, and I yet have to find out what exactly it is that they're finding to object about. They can tell you that they don't want Gongolo, but my question is, what is the alternative? Because in my view, the alternative to Gongolo is one that I really don't want to contemplate as far as the people of this area is concerned.
That's it there, is it? That's where we're going. And that is in the reserve.
The problem is that the people of this area will have to make way for the animals. About 1,000 say they were removed in the past and have lodged claims for the land. And another 1,000, like this woman's family, live here already without title and would be forced to leave.
I wouldn't be happy to leave this land. We have historical connections here. Generations of my family have lived here. We have family graves here. We have a good relationship with this land.
Petronella's family have rights to this soil under laws brought in by the ANC, which has pledged to transfer almost a third of the land from whites to blacks by 2014. Long-term Labour tenants like the Velasis can gain title, as well as restitution claimants who say they were thrown off during the apartheid years. But it's a dense legal process, and in the 12 years since the end of apartheid, only about 3% of the land has shifted. A few have now threatened illegal occupations, actions which have devastated Zimbabwe.
You can't compare South Africa to Zimbabwe. We're dealing with the issue of land right at the beginning of transformation and change.
But it's not Zimbabwe, the beginning anymore, is it? It's 12 years down the track.
It's still the beginning compared to Zimbabwe dealing with the land issue after 20 years.
But you've got 8 to go. I mean, some people are saying it hasn't happened quickly enough.
But
South Africa has to avoid the same difficulties.
There's a lot that we've done. Land redistribution is going to take a very long time because we're not here to revenge and avenge against the social policies of the past. We're here to redress and put into place policies that are there to construct, to build, and to unify our people.
The policy of restitution is the most controversial. In theory, the government pays landowners market value and returns the land, or simply pays claimants compensation. In urban areas, it's been successful. But on the farms, only claims against willing sellers have been resolved quickly. The bulk have remained deadlocked for years.
I am getting a sense that this is coming to a head because
It's restitution and Labour tenant claims in the proposed Gongolo reserve which have stopped it moving forward. This man speaks for about 500 restitution claimants from the Abatembu clan, who say they want to farm again on Gongolo land from which they were removed.
There was no option. There was no other option because if you don't have to work that what the landowners wants, you have to go. If you don't go, you'll be pushed out by force.
The farmers tell us that your claim and a lot of the claims are false. You're trying to take the land, but you have no real claim.
Our claims, we are talking, in fact, they are saying we are lying when we say we remove them. So how can we negotiate the people who are denying our right, saying we are lying, we are not removed them?
They also say that there's a lot of intimidation, a lot of threats of violence.
Never threaten anyone. I will never, ever. I'm not a violent people. The violence is the last thing I will ever speak of. That's blue lie.
You say that's a lie?
It's a lie, blue lie.
Come here.
The Gongolo landowners believe only about 10% of the claims are valid.
The only people that I think have got any claim to that land are people we've had living on that land, as I said, for up to 3 generations. I'm quite happy with that.
So why is it that you won't recognise these restitution claimants? If they're coming and saying, we have a problem.
If I can remember.
Was Barry Simmons there then?
It was his father who was farming there. From the Chaka's time, we moved from Zululand to here. Long time, it's been a long time.
Your family's been on that little bit of land ever since the time of Shaka, King of the Zulus?
Yeah.
The land issue lays bare the emotion in this country's transition to equality.
Turn that thing off and I'll talk to you.
At Barry Simmons' farm, I repeatedly suggested that restitution claimants were being denied their rights and got this sudden reaction.
I've got feeling for those people. They call me father. These people that are living next door run to me every time they need anything. I know that what I'm trying to do is right for the people who've lived on my farm. And bugger you and all your bloody questions. I'm a gentle sort of person.
I know that.
And I really am fond of black people.
Mr. Simmons refused to acknowledge any restitution claims on his farm, including the Majolas. Over 80% of South Africa's land is still in white hands, and farmers are under increasing pressure to sell it.
Landowners owe it to themselves to agree that we must have a redistribution. Otherwise, they won't enjoy the luxury of being able to say yes or no, I'm selling my land. There may come a time when it becomes quite clear that a measure of coercion is going to have to be used.
Ring the bells when you come back. When you beat the drums when you come back. When you ring the bells when you come back. When you beat the drums when you come back.
I'm just outside Lichtenburg in Northwest Province. It's about 3 hours drive from Johannesburg. This area has made history in the land struggle. There's a farmer just down the road who's the first to have been issued with an expropriation notice by the government. The 500-hectare farm wasn't seized in the end. The threat of expropriation was enough. And after 8 fruitless years of negotiation, Hannes Visser took the money on offer, about £150,000, set by an independent valuer.
Is this what you thought post-apartheid South Africa would look like?
No, definitely not.
And is it really a surprise, given South Africa's history, that this kind of thing is happening?
You know, one can philosophize about the issues like this because, you know, communities come and go. It's like a wheel turning. First you had the Greek Empire, then you had the Roman Empire. But Nothing is permanent. So it's a evolutionary process, and unfortunately, I'm only a small pawn in this chess game.
Settlement talks with farmers have now been limited to 6 months. Then expropriation becomes an option. Back at Gongolo, the government's top land official told me the farmers here faced expropriation unless they fully recognised the claimants' rights over the land.
It's too ghastly to imagine. If it was just a tick in the box for the government and the land gets returned to the people without any funding or business plan, what will happen?
What do you think will happen? What do you think?
Hundreds of people would invade it. It would be a land invasion. I think the claimants would be silly if they thought they would be the only people to be allowed back here, 1,000